Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Multiversus video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what I believe are the top 5 best perks in Multiversus. We'll be going over some defense perks, cooldown perks, and of course some offensive perks too. But before we get into the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel for even more amazing Multiversus content. Also, don't forget to check the description down below for a link to our community Discord server where we're talking about the game, grouping up, and getting ready for guilds. Now let's begin. Now, as some ground rules, there are some things I want to state first. For starters, these are what I believe to be the best perks in general. There are quite a few perks, and there's definitely enough to make some really amazing niche builds for certain characters, but these perks are pretty much good on every character you put them on, regardless of their class, which character they are, all that good stuff. And this is also just my opinion, so don't feel bad if you don't use any of these perks or if you don't see any of the perks that you personally like. These are the ones that I think are just the best ones, and there are so many amazing perks that it's hard to even narrow it down to a top 5. But definitely let me know what your top 5 perks are down below after the video. Leave a comment down below and let's get that discussion going. But yeah, with that little house cleaning stuff out of the way, let's begin. Coming in at number 5, we got Back to Back. This is probably one of the best general defense perks in the game. I love the simplicity of it. You just take less damage from everything. If you're running this solo, you'll get a 6% reduction to damage taken while you're near your ally and 12% if the perk is stacked. Now, I know that doesn't sound like much, but you'll be surprised with how fast all that damage you're protected from adds up. Like, sure, 12% off of one hit isn't too great. Like, it's a little over a tenth, you know? But think about how many hits you take in a match and how much damage 12% of each one of those hits is. Especially for those long mix combos you might find yourself getting rinsed by. Like, you take a lot of hits in those, and this will protect you from quite a bit of damage from those combos. I also like how it encourages you to stay near your ally, especially for new players. This perk really drills in the fact that this is a 2v2 game. You should be staying by your ally to either save them, rescue them from combos that they're caught in, or combo together with your partner. And this perk really pushes that idea onto the player, and the ones that play around this will see that they perform a lot better and get a lot out of this perk. For number 4, we got Triple Jump. Triple Jump does exactly what it sounds like. If you're running this solo, you'll get a third jump if, and only if, you land an attack on an enemy while you're airborne. As far as I know, the enemy can be airborne or they can be on the ground, but you yourself have to be in the air to get that third jump. Now, on its own, this is pretty good. Odds are, if you're up in the air, you're going to land at least one air attack to either continue your combo that you set up or to prevent an enemy from comboing you or spiking you or your teammate. And I mean, this can be used in so many situations and it can save your life. For starters, it can add to your combo game. You get an extra jump to land an additional couple of air attacks, and with that extra jump, you might be able to bait an enemy into whiffing so you can punish it, or, third option here, you could just go with a brand new combo route that you can only do because you have that third jump. Now, if you're on the ropes and you're trying not to get spiked, you can use that extra jump to recover and just get back on stage faster, or you can use it to kind of bait out a spike and then just jump over and around them and, save your life that way. Either way, it's amazing, and if you stack it, if your teammate runs it too, you always have that third jump. You don't have to land an air attack or anything like that. You just always have that third jump ready to go. And you could do all that stuff I just said, but easier since, you don't have to land that attack. And I know this is one of those perks that sounds super simple on paper, and I mean, it is a pretty simple perk, but after you use it for a while and then take it off, you'll really realize how much you used it and how handy it comes in those clutch situations. I cannot tell you how many times that third jump has just saved my life, let me edge guard a little bit better and get an extra kill and stuff. This is just one of those good perks that I don't see a lot of people running, but I think more people should run it. Landing in the bronze medal spot, number 3 is CoffeeZilla. This is going to give you a 10% ability cooldown reduction if solo and a 15% cooldown reduction if it is stacked. Now, this, is a must-have perk on certain characters on the roster. Like, if you're playing as Morty, Batman, Bugs, Tom and Jerry, Velma, or any other character that has cooldowns, this is a must pick. You're going to be getting your abilities back way faster, meaning you can use them more in a match, and hopefully by using your abilities more in the match, it leads to higher damage, more combos, and a fat W for your team. Even if your character isn't super reliant on cooldowns, if you're running with a partner that is, you just gotta pick it. Just relinquish that perk spot, pick it, and help your buddy out because this perk is too valuable and it needs to be stacked. So yeah, more cooldown reduction is always good, and that's really all you need to know about this one. Coming in at number 2, we have Snowball Effects. In my opinion, this is one of the must-have offensive perks. Like, this is some top tier stuff right here. If you're running it solo, your team deals 7% increased damage to the enemy with the higher damage. If you're stacking, that 7% increase turns into a 15% increase. Now, I find that this is a great perk to just get people out of the game. You can really focus on that one target to get them out and then switch over to the other enemy, since the one you just killed is now at 0. So you take out the higher damage one, they become 0 because they just respawned, and now you can deal extra damage to the other one and get them out. And you kind of just can switch back and forth like that. And I use this perk not only for the extra damage, but I also find that it rewards teamwork pretty well. Just make the call out to focus on that one enemy that's at like 70 or 80 or whatever the higher percent is, and you can just quickly get them out of the game. It's also pretty good against really good opponents. Like, it makes the times you do manage to get in and do your combos even better by rewarding you with extra damage. It also prevents those annoying situations where an enemy is at like 200 and you just can't kill them. They just get the lucky bounces and stuff, and you're just like, you're at 250. How are you still on this map? I find that extra 15% damage really ensures their KO before it gets that high, especially if you have our number 1 perk equipped, the one that's coming up, number 1. Taking the first slot, what I believe is the best perk in the entire game. We actually got 2, but you'll see why in a second, alright? Just stay with me. We got Up in a Sleigh and Percussive Punch Power. Both of these perks are going to increase the amount of knockback you deal. It increases how far you send your enemy flying. Solo, it's going to increase your knockback by 5%. If it's stacked, it's going to be 10% instead of 5. Now, the reason why there's 2 perks here is it depends on your character. Up in a Sleigh increases your knockback on your vertical attacks. Percussive Punch Power increases the knockback on your horizontal attacks. So if you're playing a character like, Batman or Iron Giant, you might want to go for Up in a Sleigh, since their kill moves are vertical. You can always look on the character select screen. It will tell you if a character is a vertical character, horizontal character, or a hybrid. Up in a Sleigh is for vertical, Percussive Punch Power is for horizontal, and then for hybrids, they use both. You can either equip both if you really want to, or you can play as the character, learn their moveset more, see what their kill moves are, and then pick the perk that, goes accordingly. But there are just so many situations where that 10% extra knockback has just came insanely handy. I can't tell you how many matches or how many KOs I wouldn't have gotten if it wasn't just for that little bit more that it sent the enemies flying. This is definitely one of my insta-lock perks. The first perk I train up whenever I get a character up to, the training perk level is Up in a Sleigh or Percussive Punch Power. Like, it is a must-have. I have it on all my loadouts, and just 10% knockback on your attacks, that is just too good to pass up. And what I like about it is it's a perk that is constantly active. You're constantly using this. Every time you send them flying, you're using this perk. And you get so much value and so much use out of it, and I think everyone definitely needs to be running one of these too. And that's going to be it for this video. I want to hear from you all. What do you think about my list? Do you like the top 5 perks that I picked? What perks do you agree with? What perks do you disagree with? And what are your personal top 5 perks? Go ahead and leave a comment down below so we can get a discussion going. Also, don't forget to check the description down below for a link to our community Discord server where we're grouping up, doing game nights and getting ready for guilds. Also, if you enjoyed this video and you want more amazing Multiversus gameplay, leaks, guides, funny moments, all that good stuff, all your one-stop shop for Multiversus content, go ahead and click that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And that's going to be it. I'm Zululix, and I will see you out in the multiverse.